This week on The Lot, we sit down with Tim and Kevin to discuss AFL's weekly tabletop gaming show, One Shot or Not. It's the third week of June 2021, and you're on The Lot.
TTRPG world is just so expansive now. There's so many games to explore. We thought, what's the best format for that? Well, just one shot. Let's try a new game.
This is my first Dungeons & Dragons game I've ever run. We're live streaming it. I'm calling it the Carnival of Chaos, and that's exactly what I expect it to be. And it's something that I love and I can relate, so I don't even have to think about it too much, is just live music and festivals and people out having a good time in big groups. So that's what we're doing.
We totally fed him to the wolves on that one. Literally, all of his players are GMs and DMs from all different sorts of games.
Roz Young, who is our original host DM. Tim over there, at this point the D&D boss. Matt Baker is next. He's a very experienced player as well. Sam Carnelli. The imagination this guy has is mind-blowing. So what I have to do is at least try not to make myself look like an idiot in front of these people.
In order for Andrew not to look dumb, I think he's really got to sure up on those rules. The internet is a bit voracious when it comes to rules lawyers.
I think one of the biggest things that I'm really proud of is the fact that a lot of those miniatures were done from scratch builds. It was just taking apart things, not just the minis themselves, but the table sets.
What I'm doing is I'm building the railing, the posts, and I'm making it so that they can be taken apart. And each level sits on one another.
Painting some boring prefab fences that they're just great, so that's not gonna work. So we're gonna jazz them up.
Each level will have a little access point with a ladder coming down from below, and each little character can then...
This is where Josh's tower will go. We'll build a nice little set here, and then we're gonna build a big amphitheater to really give the idea that these guys are in a tent, so that should be pretty fun.
We have a character that plays that's a little tiny owl. And since we couldn't find one, we found some 3D models on Thingiverse and mashed them together to find a base and a little owl. Scaled that down to the right size, and now we are over here at our Ultimaker where we're currently printing it now.
I would say I'm feeling more stressed out after the weekend, to be honest. But I did make a lot of headway, so I feel good about that.
I've done 3 floors now. I'm just finishing the top, which will be open with a railing around it.
So I'm just getting the shape, cut that out, and then I'll glue some wood sticks to it and we'll stain it so it looks like.
One of the main parts about Dungeons & Dragons is just character creation. It's one of the funniest, half the fun right there is just making your character.
So just put some of these crystals in here. See if I can get them countersunk enough. Fit that on top, so we got kind of a glass top stage for our big show.
Anxious and nervous, but exciting as well at the same time. Josh and Christy, they are attempting to paint 40 minis or something like that in a couple of hours. Lock up, we gotta finish up the sets kind of thing, the environments that they're doing. There may be some lighting effects going on and some electrical work being done. Can't have a concert without a light show.
The first game that I DM'd was, I think, just about as much of a mess as you'd expect it to be.
Been playing regularly probably for about 5 or 6 years.
16 years now?
I think it'll be a lot of fun to kind of torture Andrew a little bit and then kind of see how he reacts, see how he gets back to us.
Right.
Because I think that kind of exchange is one of the funnest parts about it.
And I didn't know what I was doing, and I did not understand the math, and it didn't matter because we had a blast.
It was a Star Wars game, and I was very, very fresh, very new.
I really enjoy playing for new DMs. It's exciting and not always exactly right, and you just go with it, and it's fun.
It's gonna be amazing. He's put in so much work. He's a great role player. So those translate really well into like becoming a DM and managing the world for the players. So I'm very excited to see what he's got.
5 minutes to showtime. Good afternoon, and welcome to a Filthy Lots One Shot or Not on a Filthy Quest line. Today, I am doing my first Dungeon Master game in front of 4 experienced Dungeon Masters.
I'm playing Arpeggio. His friends call him Pedge.
Elton Sparkle song.
I'll be playing Dante.
Warbo Kurtz, otherwise known as Cruster.
Bottle breaking, like glass breaking, like right next to them.
Right next to the Tabaxi?
Yeah, so that the guards are looking at them.
This is just this sticker floating.
Surrounded by a somewhat aggressive crowd. This is meat. And this is taters. And they are under the control of Attila Hitler.
Administered space, so just spikes coming out of the ground in all directions, dropping it, and then I'm going to run that way 30 feet.
How much? 30 feet?
Yep.
It was great. It got great reception. It was really nice to be like the focus of attention for an afternoon too, because when does that really happen in any of our lives anymore? So that was really heartwarming, and like I say, it couldn't have gone any better. So
the only real criterion that you can use to judge how well you did as a DM is, did your players have fun? Did you have fun? And we all had a blast.
The environment that was fostered, allowing us to have lots of banter and be able to do everything our characters can do. That's everything a DM can hope for.
He did an unreal job at DMing, especially for his first time, and especially with us kind of breathing down his neck.
He was so brave to do your first experience being a dungeon master in front of a bunch of other DMs and live on Twitch to a whole bunch of people watching you.
there's some dangling threads still out there that I'd like to tie up, but we'll get there one day.
Bringing us all together and bringing us closer has always been the focus of One Shot or Not. And I think as the world kind of recuperates and recalibrates, we can be a part of that. And tabletop gameplay is going to be a great way to bring a group of people together.
Yeah, that was One Shot or Not. And we made it one shot this time.
Yeah.
So, thanks everybody.